Welcome to the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. What a beautiful Tuesday evening it is, folks. Along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. We'll see the New York Knicks and the Orlando Magic. Now, New York starting five. They've got Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's Pippen in at the three. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Dumars. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Dumars misses.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Orlando grabs the miss.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Screen by O'Neal. Here's Wade. Giannis with the rebound.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Both good from the line that time. First quarter, just over a minute played. Right wing. Here's Robertson. Good on the baseline, Jay.
And one of the things that makes Dwayne Wade such a special player is his ability to get his teammates going.
Pass to West. Here's Malone. Antetokounmpo, right side. 5 to shoot. And he buries his first look.
So hard to stop down low. Giannis gets around the basket, and it feels like within 8 feet he's going to dunk just about anything.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Here's Wade. Lets it go. Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
I saw a green light there. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Great positioning on the putback.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Pass to Wade. Lets it go from deep. Hits the trifecta.
And that's just a really good-looking three-point shot from D. Wade. You have to crowd him as he's rising up for that one.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Orlando's head coach had a few moments to share with me. We discussed the challenges a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo presents for his defense, and coach responded saying he's a handful for sure. I told our guys to make sure we seal up any lanes to the basket and just try to make him beat us with his jumper. It won't be easy, but coach feels like they'll be able to make it a little more difficult for Giannis. Guys?
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Caro, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Here's Wade. Pass to Robertson. Rejected by Antetokounmpo.
And Giannis erasing that shot with his length. Shooters have to beware of where Giannis is.
Here's Wade. No good on the quick three.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Fires from the line, and that's good for two. Antetokounmpo has got his second basket of the game.
Great J from Antetokounmpo, really developing that part of his game.
And there's the lob. And Carroll passes to O'Neal. Can't cash it in from close range. And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for New York. Pass to Baylor. Here's Malone. Here's West. He buries it from three.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Magic trail by 4. 1:57 left in the first quarter here. Here's Robertson. To the inside. And it's New York with a rebound. Pass to Malone. Here's Pippen. 1:29 left in the opening quarter. It's rebounded by Banchero. Here's Orlando, trailing by 4. Outside O'Neal. Back to Banchero. 6 to shoot. Over on Antetokounmpo. And another miss by Orlando. New York leading by 4. Pass to Malone. Here's West. Can't get it to drop.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
And Carroll passes to Wade. Now here's Hill. Banchero in the post. Here's Wade. Counted from distance. Wade's got 6.
And we know Dwayne does not take many shots from the outside, but he really knows how to pick his spots.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Shot from the low post is good. He has 6. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter here. Here's Robertson. To the middle. Here's O'Neal. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. They pinned that one on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Man, the defender really went after him.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Knicks out in front. They're up by 2. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And we're back with more action from the Eastern Conference Finals on 2K Sports. All right, before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Knicks?
Well, you have to credit their effort on the defensive end. It set the tone for this contest.
Defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Here's Mitchell. They've got Jaylen Brown. He's out there with Banchero. And it's Mitchell in at the 1 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. Outside, Hill. And it's Mitchell, that time on the assist by Hill. And that ties it up.
He's always a threat to bury a catch-and-shoot jumper. Mitchell doesn't waste time.
Pass to Baylor. Antetokounmpo outside. Carries it from about 10 feet away. Antetokounmpo's got 8.
They ran that play exactly as it was drawn up. Nice job.
And here's Brown. Just 5 on the clock. Shakes him. again. It's Orlando converting.
A superb mid-range shooter. All Brown needs is some separation, and he's ready to pull up.
Paul passes to Ewing. Here's Baylor. Stolen by Mitchell. Outside, Brown. Puts one up from 19. And it's New York with a rebound.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Paul passes to Antetokounmpo.
And Giannis that time just making the most of that play, getting the foul, still getting the shot off.
New York shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. And that one falls for Antetokounmpo.
Of course, one of the league's best scorers. Giannis poised to be one of the game's all-time best.
Towns, he's checked in for Orlando. Wade comes in for Brown. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Pippen's checked in. And so Antetokounmpo nails both of them. Orlando trailing here. Pass to Wade. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. The shot that time not on target. And it's the Knicks with the ball. Here's Dumars. No made baskets yet. Antetokounmpo outside. Fires the three. Pippen, no good. And so it's Banchero who brings it up for the Magic. Shot on the wing. Giannis with the rebound. Antetokounmpo has got 4 rebounds now. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Outside Paul puts up a 3 and a great assist by Antetokounmpo, and that one goes in.
Now, CP, usually he's trying to create his own shot, so when he has these standstill jumpers, that's easy money.
Here's Hill. Cans it with nobody near him. Hill's got his first 2 points.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Orlando making a switch here. Knicks leading by 3. Pass to Dumars. There's a screen. Lets the 3 fly. Buries it from 3. Dumars has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Dumars has gone 1 for 2 from deep. Here's Robertson. He's guarded by Paul. Towns. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Magic. Orlando will retain possession here. And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
You know that block has him and his teammates all pumped up. That is what playoff basketball is all about.
Brown, he's checked in for Hill. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Knocked away. And so it looks like it'll be Orlando's ball still. Clock at 6. Towns a screen on Paul. Here's Robertson. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. These are his first free throws of the game. And he drops the first. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
2-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Outside Paul. Up and in on the layup. Paul's got 5.
And their offensive execution has really picked up here in the second period.
Pass to Robertson. Poke loose. Now Paul. 5 points in the game. Pippen, the pass to Paul. Here's McHale. Here's Thurman. 5 on the clock. To the left wing. Here's Pippen. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
And the shot goes down.
And shame on you if you forget how good Dwayne Wade is at handling the basketball. He took the defense to school with that one.
Right side, Paul. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. New York shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. He misses the free throw.
Anytime Paul gets here, you can bet that he's going to step to the line and knock him down.
So for the Magic, O'Neal comes in for Paolo Banchero, and it's Hill in for Jaylen Brown. Here's Robertson. He has 6. A minute 4 left in the first half. Off the mark from 16 feet.
And I don't understand. Why is he going to the fadeaway? Just go straight up with it.
Here's Baylor. Yet to see a basket. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Pippen. From deep. Orlando with the rebound. O'Neal's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Wade. Over to the wing. Towns passes to O'Neal. 11 feet out. That one rolls around and rims out. Knicks leading by 5. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Out to the wing. Baylor, the pass to Paul. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Paul's got 8 points here in the quarter.
And just too good getting around the defender, as Paul is such a savvy player.
Here's Robertson. Three-pointer, no good. And so it's New York closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Defense is setting the tone. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Game 3.
Offensively, they can post you, drive it, run cutters. They're living large in that painted area.
And the defense. Checking out the circumstances for the Orlando Magic. They were able to take a game on the road, capturing home court. Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And welcome back to our coverage of Game 3 on 2K Sports. It's been a clinic out there by Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
They're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And on the floor for Tom Thibodeau as we get into the second half. They've got Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's Dumars in at the shooting guard position. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Malone. Back to Antetokounmpo. Oh, Giannis, a rim rocker.
Dominating in effortless fashion. This is what Giannis does on a consistent basis.
Pass to Wade. Down low. Here's O'Neal. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 12. Here's Ewing inside. Oh, and the jam by Giannis.
Oh, I would love to see Giannis in the dunk contest. Wouldn't that be sweet?
Oh, doing damage above the rim. That was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. Outside, Hill. Pass to Wade. The fadeaway. And off the glass. That one's good. Wade's got 10 points in the game. New York leading by 7. Here's Malone. Now Antetokounmpo. Let's go with a 3. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. O'Neal inside. Kicks it out Towns. Here's Wade. 10 points for him. Step back shot. The rebound by Malone. Malone's got 4 rebounds now. To the left side wing. Antetokounmpo, left side. Floats one. Oh, look at Giannis power in.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Here's Wade. Second chance shot. And he lays it up and in. O'Neal's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. New York making a switch here. Paul's checked in. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. The 3 is up. Orlando with the rebound. O'Neal with it. He's got 5. Pass to Wade. Here's Robertson. 6 on the shot clock. Screen by O'Neal. Hill for 3. And it's New York with a rebound. Malone's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. No good off the back of the rim. Magic trail by 7. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
You have to respect how Dwayne Wade gets outstanding position and then makes the defense foul him.
First trip to the line for him here. And that one misses. Orlando making a switch here. Banchero's checked in. Pippen, he's checked in for New York. And the second free throw is good. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Pass to Malone. Here's Pippen. The 3 ball. And again, the Knicks missing. Here's Robertson. 6 points for him. On the wing, Wade. And that one is hammered home.
Everything falling for Wade right now. It's got to be in his team's best interest to keep finding him.
Antetokounmpo outside. Antetokounmpo is doubled. Malone, pass to Pippen. New York, no good that time either.
And he has not made one shot in this one. Has to be on his mind every time he's pulling up.
Back to Wade. Giannis with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Pippen. Another miss. Boy, they're in a funk right now. And so it's Banchero who brings it up for the Magic. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Basket's good. Wade's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Excellent use in the mid-range area. You know that's one of his favorite shots.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
They're just giving away a run right now. The question is, can they stop the tide?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
There's 57 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Antetokounmpo against Hill.
I love it when Giannis is in attack mode like that and gets to the rim so quick.
Magic trail by 4. Brown scanning the floor. Van Carroll the screen. Tries the spin move. No good off the spin. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Oh, there's the alley! Up high and down it goes on the lob.
And Giannis showing you we can lead the offense through him.
There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Yao. Outside Mitchell. 6 to shoot. Off the mark there with a 3. Here's a 3 from Paul. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in. Antetokounmpo has got 3 assists tonight. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been on display for New York. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. And more NBA action on. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Paolo Banchero. Then it's Donovan Mitchell. Then it's Jaylen Brown. And it's Wade in at the 2. That's who's out there for Orlando.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Outside, Brown. It's rebounded by McHale.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
Antetokounmpo outside. Bully ball in the paint from Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis has great confidence, and he's playing with it here.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Wade, the pass to Mitchell. Back to Wade. No good. Good D by Antetokounmpo.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Yeah, hard to get upset at the defense there. Antetokounmpo is no easy matchup down low in the paint.
Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for New York.
Well, they've had no problem getting into the heart of this defense with the dribble, and they've made the most of their chances there as well.
And there's another thing going on right now for them that has to get their confidence up, and that's the 3-ball. I mean, it's been falling for them, and they're locked in, and with that outside shot going, that's a big difference maker.
Here's Wade. Rebounded by Pippen. Pippen's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. And Paul gets it to go.
And if he gets a good look, Paul's going to make you pay from distance.
Magic trail by 16. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Timeout, Magic. Both teams deciding to change it up. Right side O'Neal. It's stolen. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. West. Got a piece of it. Now the Magic with it. They have yet to score here in the fourth. O'Neal passes to Mitchell. And another miss by Orlando.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to West. Over Mitchell. West misses.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
New York leading by 16. Here's Baylor. Uses the glass on the layup.
I just love the ball movement.
Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Here's Robertson. To the paint. To stop the run. O'Neal misses. And it's the Knicks with the ball. Here's West. Launches a three. O'Neal pulls it in.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is I just got to get the next one to go, and you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Towns on a screen from deep. Mitchell. The shot misses. And here's New York now. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter. Just 4 to shoot. They get it back. Ewing. Excellent D there from O'Neal. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
Yeah, it was just a little late. I mean, he thought he got there, but the ref saw it otherwise.
Wade, he's checked in for Orlando. Pass to Robertson. Fires the three. Nails it from 3.
And Dwayne Wade remains one of the best passing shooting guards in the game with dishes like that.
Pippen, the pass to Ewing. Antetokounmpo looking it over. To the middle. Out of bounds. It'll be Magic ball. A line change here for Orlando. 50 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Pass to Banchero. Tipped. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Pippen. Now Antetokounmpo, guarded by Garland. Shot clock at 6. Antetokounmpo, that's good. And the Knicks lead by 19.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Here's Brown. And another miss by Orlando. And so it's the Knicks taking care of business in this one. And this is a critical win for them. They grabbed the lead in the series after splitting the first 2 games.
Yeah, Game 3 feels like a Game 7 if the series is tied. It has a huge impact. They're in the driver's seat now as long as they don't lose their focus.
And so this one is in the books. We hope you've enjoyed being with us for the Eastern Conference Finals. For Brent Barry, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And with us from the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. We've got the Boston Celtics and the Sacramento Kings. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Payton is out there with Doncic. Then there's Chamberlain. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Havlicek in at the 3, the small forward. Just 3 to shoot. And here's James outside. And Davis pulls it down. Here's Boston now. Now Doncic lets it go from the wing. And that's off the glass and in.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Now here's James. Wembanyama finds James. And no good that time.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
And the rejection by Wembanyama. Pass to Payton. To the middle. Looking for Chamberlain. He gets it there.
And I'll tell you, the combination of agility, wingspan, and stamina, very difficult to keep Wilt from scoring off those misses.
Outside, George. Leonard kicks to Rodman. George from deep three-point land. And Boston with the rebound.
A cold start for them. 3 shots, 3 misses. Good thing it's early.
Outside, Payton for 3. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
They've come out strong. 3 of their first 4 to start the game.
And then Rodman with the dunk.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Yeah, not the start that they wanted, but maybe that basket was all they needed to get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Sacramento off to a slow start. It's a 5-point game. The 11-footer, and it's good off the back rim and in.
Totally dialed in. Leonard makes quick work from that mid-range.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Here's Chamberlain. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Now here's LeBron. Takes it inside. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
With his athletic ability, LeBron drives with purpose. He wants to put the D in a difficult position whenever he gets the chance.
The latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
I was able to talk with Rick Adelman for a minute. We talked about the strategy for taking on a guy like Luka Doncic. He told me that the thing is Luka steals all the attention out there, which allows his teammates to find open looks, so we're not going to let him distract us on defense. So it sounds like they'll be focusing on defending against Luka and company, not just Luka. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Chamberlain's shot is off. Executing to perfection right now offensively.
I mean, in total sync. Good luck trying to stop him now.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Havlicek. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Kings trailing. Here's Drexler. And Drexler throws it down hard.
How about the explosive vertical there? Not much you can do to stop Drexler once he gets to the rim.
Pass to Havlicek. They could use a bucket. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so James will bring it up for Sacramento. Clyde Drexler on the wing. Baseline jumper. Rebound Boston. Wilkins finds Stockton. Back to Wilkins. Now Chamberlain. Over Drexler. And it's Chamberlain that time on the assist by Wilkins. Chamberlain got his second bucket of the game to go.
But here's the problem. No one's got the strength to move Wilt off his spot, and no one has the height to challenge the shot at its point of release.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. Kevin Love's checked in for the Kings. .124 left in the first quarter. In the corner, it's James. Wide open. Here's Love. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Pierce with it. And Drexler picking him up. Pierce dishes to Wilkins. Stockton against LeBron. And stolen by James. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. LeBron's got his second bucket of the night.
We see it every night. LeBron with great rhythm off the dribble.
Here's Chamberlain. The rebound by Kevin Love. Chamberlain gone 2 of 5 from the floor. Here's Leonard. Here's with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. 3-pointers. Stockton. Back to Pierce. Chamberlain with a screen on Leonard. Pierce for 3. The kick out to Wilkins. Here's Chamberlain. And finally they hit one. Chamberlain got his third basket of the night right there.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Celtics lead by 4. And we'll be back with you right after this. And we're back with you, all set to bring you more action from Game 3. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, it's clearly a focus for them in this one, and no question that all the second chance looks are paying off.
So with Love on the bench, this is Rick Adelman's lineup. We've got Derrick Rose. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Dennis Rodman. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the 2. And here are the Kings now, following the bucket by the Celtics. And George kicks to Rose. 6 on the shot clock. Back to George. Good on the three-point shot. George has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And what a smooth three-point shot. George has worked hard to develop that stroke.
Leonard against Wilkins. Over in the corner, Doncic. Doncic with a strong move inside.
Creating space, Doncic will move defenders around.
Outside, George. Outside, Rose. Gilmore grabs the miss.
Look, I'll give him an A for effort for trying to dunk through the defense, but maybe he should ease up on that one just a little bit.
Now, here's Doncic. Does not score with that shot. It's his second miss against 2 made shots. George against Stockton. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Stockton, just a remarkable point guard. Lights out shooter and an even better distributor.
James checked in for Rose. Pierce is checked in for Boston. Payton comes in for Dominique Wilkins.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
George looking over the floor. James has a 2-pointer. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. James has got 6 points.
I like how fast Bond makes decisions, reading the defense ahead of time, rising and shooting with confidence.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Payton passes to Doncic. Davis setting the pick for Doncic. No good on the triple. The Kings trail by 5. James has a two-pointer. Anthony Davis with the rebound.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Now, here's Payton. That three off the mark.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Rodman kicks to LeBron. Rodman outside. Leonard inside. Covered by Havlicek. 3 on the clock. The rebound by the Celtics. They won their last game Monday night.
And you know what? Sometimes it's hard to say whether or not defensively you were on your game. But bottom line is their opponent didn't shoot it well, and you got to take some of the credit from a defensive standpoint.
They should take credit. They were out there impacting shots, preventing easy looks. They made things tough on them.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. John Havlicek on the wing. Davis sets a screen. And that one's good from Havlicek. Havlicek's got 6.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Some changes for Sacramento. Kevin Love's checked in for Rodman. Clyde Drexler has subbed in for George. Then for the Celtics, Wilkins comes in for Havlicek. And Stockton subbed in for Payton. Now here's Love. Nothing on the board. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Stockton dishes to Davis. Wilkins in the post. Leonard's there. And Wilkins gets it to go.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
LeBron outside, puts up a deep 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Davis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Stockton. Davis with a screen on LeBron. Loads it up for Davis. Love grabs the board.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Back to Stockton. Davis with a screen on LeBron. A shot by Stockton, no good. The Kings trail by 5. There's a minute left here in the second. Love, no good. And so Stockton will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Outside for Davis. Doncic feeling it out. Doncic gets it to go inside.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Leonard. Wilkins grabs the miss.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going in this quarter.
Look, you always want to see your big man run the floor. There is no questioning Davis's effort on these plays.
Stockton against LeBron. James absolutely owning the inside. 8 seconds left to play in the first half. And here's Doncic from the... Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Now, this is how you finish a first half, sending them to the locker room with a statement shot from three-point range.
And so it's Boston going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
And we thank you for joining this postseason brawl.
One of the best ways to control the game, take care of the boards. Don't give up second chance points.
And at the offensive end,
Taking a look at the situation for the Sacramento Kings. They were able to take a game on the road, capturing home court advantage. Shaq, how important is Game 3 for them?
Well, Game 3 is always huge. They took care of business on the road. Now they have to hit you guys with a big word. Now they have to capitalize on it.
ooh. Well, it won't be easy, but I'm going to make a prediction, guys. You ready?
No. And that'll do it for halftime.
We're back at the Western Conference Finals. Happy to have you with us here on 2K Sports. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
And with all the pressure he must have felt coming into this one, it didn't faze him one bit. Fantastic start.
His performance shows no sign of any nerves. Great job controlling your emotions.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Celtics leading by 10. On the floor for Boston, we've got Chamberlain. Anthony Davis is out there with Havlicek. Then there's Luka Doncic, and it's Payton in at the 1. James against Payton. Oh, LeBron's just too strong inside.
A monster down low. LeBron James, the rare package of skill, size, and athleticism.
Havlicek outside. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Havlicek's got the lead up to 11 now for Boston.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
James, the pass to Rodman. From deep, George. And Boston with the rebound. Chamberlain got 6 rebounds in the game. Havlicek dishes to Doncic. Back to Havlicek from deep three-point land. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. James looking it over. Leonard against Havlicek. In the corner, George with it. Drains it from beyond the arc. George has got 9.
And this is what Paul George does. He looks for any opening on the floor to create opportunities for his team.
Now here's Payton from outside the arc. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. And the Celtics lead by 10.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Started.
And it's the Kings with the ball. Wembanyama finds James. Rodman outside. Down low. LeBron passes to Wembanyama. Chamberlain with the block.
And the quickness off the floor, the insane reach. Wilt, one of the greatest shot blockers you'll ever see.
Pass to Doncic. Over George. And it's Doncic missing.
And imagine how good they'll look if he can start to chip in a bit more offensively.
George passes to Rodman. James outside. The 3. Again, the miss by the Kings. Celtics leading by 10. Davis with it. Leonard picks him up. Pass to Payton. Inside, here's Chamberlain. Can't hit that one. Good defense by Wembanyama. James dishes to George. Wembanyama sets a screen for George. Nice open look, but it's no good. And it's Davis with the ball for the Boston Celtics. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. They get it back. Here's Havlicek. Knocks down the 3 ball. Havlicek's got 12 in the game.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Pass to Leonard. LeBron James on the wing. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 12.
Honestly, I feel so fortunate to be able to sit here and watch this because there are not many vintage performances by LeBron James left to go in his career.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Some changes for Sacramento. Love comes in for Rodman. And Clyde Drexler has subbed in for George. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Chamberlain with a screen on Leonard. Leonard against Havlicek. Wilkins outside. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Stockton. Love grabs the board. Love's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. They get Dominique Wilkins.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
He misses the free throw. No luck that time either.
Normally, he sinks all of his free throws. The defense got lucky there.
Wilkins wide open, and he fires. The basket is good. The assist from Stockton.
This offense is at its best when Stockton is running the show and creating for others.
From deep, LeBron. Whoa! James showing the range.
Didn't get a 3 in the first half, but now he's on the board with his first triple of the game.
Fires the 3. And it's Havlicek missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Love. Still scoreless. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
Now look, a coach is going to trust LeBron James to just put up monster numbers because that's who he is. But it is nice to see him get into a nice groove like this.
Here is Stockton. To the paint, trying to find Havlicek. He's got it now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Love with the screen for James. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And LeBron used to getting hit. This is the level of attention this man attracts from the D.
Paul George, he's checked in for the Kings. Rose comes in for Wembanyama. Celtics leading by 9. Pass to Chamberlain. 29 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. To the inside. Here's Gilmore. It's hauled in by the Kings. Love's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And stolen by Chamberlain. Havlicek kicks to Chamberlain. Stockton outside. So the wing on the left. Here's Havlicek. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Boston Celtics in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. So with Leonard on the bench, this is Rick Adelman's lineup. Our test is out there with Dennis Rodman. Then there's Drexler. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Love in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Clock at 6. Here's Rose. That shot, no good. Stockton with the defensive effort. A floater. He's off on that one.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Drexler left side. Here's Rose. Back to Drexler. Outside Artest. No good with the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Stockton. It's hauled in by the Kings. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Pass to Rose. Love with the screen on Stockton. Rose passes to Love. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Love's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Defense simply can't allow Love to find these looks. He won't think twice about letting it fly at the arc.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Some changes for Sacramento. Wembanyama, he's checked in for Rodman. And LeBron's subbed in for Derrick Rose. And then for Boston, Davis comes in for Chamberlain. And it's Havlicek in for Dominique Wilkins. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Listened in on what Joe Mazzulla told his team. He's happy with how they've been playing. He told them, hey, they had their chance, but this is where we take it from them. This is our game and our series. He's got them pretty fired up, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. LeBron outside. Wembanyama sets a screen for LeBron. From outside, off the mark.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
He lobs it up.
Just a super unselfish guy. Doncic is all for getting his guys going. Enjoys setting the table.
Stockton against James. Outside Artest. Love with the screen on Havlicek. And it's Artest missing. And it's Davis with the ball for the Celtics. They've led by as many as 14 points. Doncic passes to Gilmore. Jacks up a 3. Love grabs the board. Love's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Yeah, no triples for him here in the second half. One fell in the first, though. Can he turn it up?
Artest dishes to James. Here's Wembanyama. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Celtics leading by 8. Here's Davis. Second shot opportunity. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Doncic against Drexler. Pass to Wembanyama. Over Gilmore. Again, the miss by the Kings. And Boston has possession. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Stockton kicks to Doncic. Drilled from 11 feet out. And the Celtics lead by 10.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
There's the pick. Takes a 3. Here's Gilmore, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Yeah, and sometimes he comes off as maybe being laid back, but Gilmore is a fierce competitor in the post, and it comes out in his rebounding more than anywhere else.
Timeout, Sacramento. Some changes for Sacramento. Dennis Rodman, he's checked in for Love. Leonard comes in for Artest. And it's Paul George in for Drexler. Chamberlain's checked in for Boston. Payton comes in for John Stockton. The Kings trail by 12. Here's LeBron. To stop the drought. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Oh, man, LeBron, just big boy basketball on full display.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
And you can't ignore their passing. All game long, they've done a great job of just delivering the ball in rhythm right where it needs to be.
Some things change, but LeBron stays the same. Still the same leader on the floor. The same player. It is truly impressive.
Doncic against George. Pass to Chamberlain. 1:41 left in the fourth quarter. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
All the officials are all over that.
He drops the first one, and that will push the lead to double digits. Both good from the line that time. The Kings running out of time. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Here's James. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. George against Doncic. Pass to Havlicek. Back to Doncic. Payton kicks to Doncic. Shot clock at 6. 14 feet away. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Davis, the pass to Doncic. Back to Davis. 6 to shoot. They double team Chamberlain. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Here's George. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Celtics. Pass to Doncic. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by Rodman. They can shave the deficit to single digits right here. Tries from 7. George, no good.
How did he break that one? He smoked it. Everything was set up for that to be an easy basket.
Davis against James. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Celtics lead by 13.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Oh, road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. And they've edged in front in the series after an outstanding performance here in Game 3.
Kevin, it sure was. When teams split the first 2 games of a series, Game 3 means everything. They're going into Game 4 now, riding that high after this win.
That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. Along with Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching tonight's presentation on 2K Sports. And now we present our player of the game.